You know, it's really great standing in front of you guys, and it all started when I met Bryan, I think, in January or February this year. It was at one of the cybersecurity events, and so I'm in there, and I was so intimidated because it was my first. I think it was an ISC Squared event, free. So I go in there and I see all these guys in suits and stuff. I'm like, oh, I was not ready for this because I was dressed like this, and these guys are, full-blown suits. Anyway, so I go in there and I see Bryan and I see some of Bryan's students, and it felt good because the energy that was there in the room, it felt like, for once in my life in cybersecurity, standing in a room of professionals who knew more than me, I felt like they were willing to help me grow. And so over the years, over the months, I did my best to learn whatever I can, and I wanted to contribute back. So let me start with my story. It's pretty cool, pretty interesting. So it started 4 years ago, 2014, when I first came to Canada. It was intimidating because first of all, the accent was very, very different. I'm from Bangladesh, first of all. I've been here for 4 years, but in Bangladesh, the accent is very different. The accent's different, the tone's different, the language is different. So I come into school, I didn't even know how to call a cab, right? It was very embarrassing. I walked up to a cab driver and I worked it out. Go to York University, and then my first class is calculus. Nightmare. And so the math's hard, the language is hard, and the professor's speaking really fast, right? So, and my colleagues, my friends are speaking fast. So I have absolutely no idea what the accent is. So I go home, I go on YouTube, and I'm looking it up. I'm trying my best to understand what the accent is, because I really wanted to, I felt really out of place, right? I felt like, yes, I'm something, but here nobody knows me. Nobody really, there's no, I couldn't relate to people around me, so I got very, very intimidated. But one thing I learned, right, and I started looking things up, I started approaching my professors, I started approaching my bosses, my managers at work at that time at an internship, is that in life we have ups and downs, and negativity will come, and negativity will leave, right? But the men and women in whatever field it is, security, arts, ballet, anything and everything that you love and like, the reason people become great is because they let the negativity come in, they fight their way through it, and then they get the hell out. That's how people are what they are. Right, so I'm gonna say this twice. If you wanna become great at whatever it is, in security, IT, computers, technology, networking, or even outside the realm, finance, marketing, whatever it is that you're passionate about, model those who have done great things. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just look at how people out there are accomplishing things and just repeat. And so networking events like this, and the free ones that I go to with Bryan, it's really fun because you're in a crowd of people who've accomplished so much and they're willing to help. If that's not generous, and if that's not something to be grateful about, I don't know what is, right? So through mentors like Bryan and other wonderful people in my life, I've learned that negativity and challenges is what grows you, right? So take it, utilize it the best way possible, because I think there's a networking session after this. Just remember this, each and every one in this room, no matter what your background is, what your education is, doesn't matter what your accent is, right? Everybody has something to offer, right? Everybody has something to offer in some goddamn way. And if you are willing to be generous enough to give your time and to understand what makes them passionate about what they do, your relationships and your work go from here to here. And if you keep rinsing and repeating every day, no matter what it is that you're passionate about, if it's security or whatever it is, you're gonna do great stuff, and I promise you that. And this is my way of giving back, and I urge each and every one of you to do the same, because once you contribute to the community that builds you, especially in cybersecurity, it's really, really fun. So thank you all for coming, and I very much appreciate your time. Thank you.